Good morning, everyone. I wanted to talk to you about some optional summer day professional development opportunities that we're going to have in the district and actually even beyond the district. So let me get right to it. The first thing that I wanted to let everybody know about is that the Office of E-Learning through the Indiana Department of Education has what they call the Summer of E-Learning, and they provide districts to host different technology conferences across the state. If you look on the webpage, I'm going to have a link that goes directly to their map that tells you about all of the different conferences that are going on this summer. The nice part is that they're either free or very, very cheap if you want to attend. Notice on this slide I have pictures of some of the famous folks that'll be in Indiana this summer. I know that we have some teachers reading The Innovator's Mindset by George Couros. Matt Miller is the popular author of Ditch That Textbook. If you've participated in the Global Read Aloud, Pernell Ripp is going to be coming. I've gotten the privilege of seeing Kristen Zemke speak a couple of times, and I have all of her books. She's great to watch. She also co-authored her books with this lady over here. And then we also have Dave Burgess, who is the author of Teach Like a Pirate. So I just wanted to make sure everyone's aware of that opportunity first that is going on outside of the district. The next thing I wanted to talk about is that I'm going to be having an open lab additional support on May 31st from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. So basically you can come in and ask me anything about an iPad, anything about Google, and I'm going to be in there to help you out that day. All right. The next event that I wanted to tell you about is that I'm going to be having a Google Camp for beginners. So this is going to be on June 1st, and it's going to go from 8 to 11. And as you can see on here, from 8 to 9, I'm going to be doing an intro to Google Drive and talking about tips with organization. So if you're not familiar with how to best organize Google Drive, we will be actually getting into your Google Drive and helping you organize it. From 9 to 10, I'm going to be doing an intro to Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides, where you get in there and you get to play around with all three of them. And I'm going to talk about how they correlate to the Microsoft products. From 10 to 11, I'm going to be talking about Intro to Google Extensions and how they can help you become more effective if you're not familiar with them. This event is going to be located in the CTech lab, and space is limited, so make sure that you sign up if you're interested in coming to this one. If need be, we can always move it to a bigger place if we have a lot of people that are interested, but I wanted to give you a heads up on that. For those of you that are more advanced with Google and you want to get some PD, but maybe you don't want to come in over the summer, but you just want to know of some resources that I like, the two resources that I go to the most are Casey Bell, which runs the blog for Shake Up Learning, and then Alice Keeler also has a great blog. And if you're not following her on Twitter, I would, if you're really into Google, because Alice Keeler knows everything about any type of Google product, and she always has great tips. So definitely check those out if you are interested. All right, the other opportunity that I wanted to share with everybody is that on July 14th, I'm going to be hosting an iCreate. It's going to be a day of iPad app trainings, and it's going to be at the Annex. So you don't need to stay all day if you don't want to. I'm going to give you a rundown of the different apps that I will be covering. I've had several teachers in the district ask me if I would do a training about Seesaw in July, not too long before school's going to be starting. So I'm going to be doing that from 8 to 9. We'll help you get started with that digital portfolio. Great timing too, because before you do like a meet the teacher and that you're going to be seeing parents, you can explain to them what Seesaw is. A lot of people in the district have enjoyed TinyTap, and they want to know how they can create their own apps. And some teachers have even told me that they're interested in learning how to transfer a PowerPoint into TinyTap. So from 9 to 10, I'll be covering that topic. For those of you that want to know about iMovie, I'm going to be covering the basics of how to use iMovie. Also within that session, I'm going to be talking about green screen apps and how important that they are if you are not familiar with them. From 11 to 12, I'm going to be talking about Shadow Puppet EDU and also Adobe Voice. Both of these tools do the same thing. You can create a custom slideshow, video, or a presentation. You're actually going to make one when you're in that session, and then I'm going to give you a lot of integration ideas within that hour. Okay? Then we're going to have a break for about an hour from 12 to 1 where everybody can have lunch on their own. When we reconvene from 1 to 1:30, I wanted to have an open app share out so people could talk about what apps have you been using in your classroom and share it out with the group. From 1:30 to 2, I'm going to be covering Padlet, and you can learn how this virtual post-it note tool that you can use for effective collaboration in your classroom and how you can also tap into collaborating online with people all over the globe. From 2 to 2:30, I'm going to be covering iPad tips and tricks. So different features that can help you use that iPad effectively. This could be for people that are not as accustomed to an iPad, and also people that are used to an iPad. You're probably going to learn some tips and tricks that you may not be aware of as well. And then the last half hour, 2:30 to 3, I'm going to be recapping IPEVO Whiteboard and how you can use that for a flipped classroom. I'm also going to be showing you how teachers across the district have been using IPEVO Whiteboard in their classrooms. Again, you don't need to stay all day. If you just see, oh yeah, I want to come to this session, just come for that and then leave, not a problem. But make sure that you do sign up just so I get a feel for how many people will be attending. Okay? The last thing I wanted to talk to you about is that I'm on Periscope. If you're not familiar with what Periscope is, it's basically like having a live webinar on your phone. That's what that app allows you to do. So this summer, once school is out, you can join me each Monday morning, and from 8 to 8:30 a.m., I'm going to be broadcasting a different topic each Monday. So I like to call it bite-sized EdTech PD that can kick off your week. Now, for you to be able to access it, if you aren't signed up for Twitter, you're going to need to sign up for a Twitter account. And then after that, then you need to download the Periscope app. All right, once you do that, then follow me, and my name's typed out there if you don't remember how to spell it. Then once you do that, it'll pop up and notify you when I'm broadcasting. You can either interact with me live, which the nice part of that is that you can actually ask me questions while I'm broadcasting and I can answer them right then, or you can watch it later because it will be saved. I'm going to be covering different iPad apps this summer, other Google tips that I have, sites that I feel like that are worth integrating in the classroom, and I'm also going to be doing some SAMR review this summer as well. All right. Okay, so if you are interested in, or you're just thinking about going to any of these for this summer, you're going to go to FT Tech Tips, which I've changed the homepage so it has all of the slides of everything that I just talked about, so you can scroll through that if you need to. All right, but right above it is a link that says sign up for the summer PD. When it takes you to that, there's going to be a Google form, very basic. It just says, enter your name and check mark which ones that you're interested in attending, just so we can get a feel for the attendance. All right, and again, all of these are optional, but I hope you take advantage of some of it if you're interested. All right, enjoy your last few weeks of school.